Mo Just in Crypto, and today we are going to take a look at the overall cannabis market, whether this market is likely to reverse in the near future or we are looking for way lower prices here for the cannabis sector. I have a special for you analyzing Canopy Growth, Aurora Cannabis, Curaleaf, Tilray, and Cronos. So stay tuned until the very end. I'm gonna have a distinctive answer and expectation for this market. So we are going to start out today with Canopy Growth. Canopy Growth on the day chart, guys, has obviously lost this potential 1-2 setup first on Nasdaq, then later on the TSX as well, where I would like to analyze it today for you guys. Even though it has lost this, guys, I think that we are going to be likely seeing a reversal very, very soon, and I'm going to show you why here for the stock. Actually, let me pull this trend line that I had prior this morning. I do think that Canopy Growth has a trend line here that was relevant to it in the past. We have this major touch point up there. We have those two major touch points. We were only able to pump above for a short amount of time and then break into it. Here basically the trend line got relevant again, and right now if you draw it a little bit different, you could adjust it like that, right? But I do think the moment that we are going to confirm this trend line here is likely the moment that you will be seeing a first kind of 1-2 setup here for the stock being formed, which then later on would need to be revisited down there as well. So I essentially say that the moment Canopy Growth is coming to the area of $2.50 Canadian here, if you would like to see that on the Nasdaq, guys, I do think we are speaking about like maybe the prices of $1.80, $1.50 or something. The moment we would see those prices on Canopy, I do think that we are going to see quite some volume coming into this market, which will then actually pave the way to build out your first 1-2 setup and actually leave this bottom down here. Okay, what speaks for that? That's a good question. We have a 4-hour, let's say, not heavy bullish divergence forming, but the market is definitely setting up for strength here. The RSI is not really going lower. The market is going lower on the 4 hours. Something like this is very, very strong. So keep watching that immediate divergence here, guys. The market, you don't want to see the RSI get broken here below the 18 level when the market is coming down. Okay, if that would be holding here and you are down, then you would know, okay, this market is now likely to start reversing and start putting in its first 1-2 setup. So Canopy overall for me looks very good. On the bigger picture, guys, the market is still bullish in my opinion. If we're going to see these old highs again is another question, okay? But what we are definitely going to see is the retracement to the golden ratio here for Canopy, and the golden ratio here is sitting at around $87. So just to give you an idea, the moment that you would pull up here to $87, you'd be looking at 2,500% gains for this market. So the buyers that buy against all doubt, fear, uncertainty, essentially FUD, in these areas, they are definitely going to be rewarded here for Canopy Growth. So Canopy Growth to me is definitely a very interesting play around these areas down here, guys. If you can scoop up your position here and have a bit of patience and eventually can risk the total loss, which I do think is only like a 1% chance, as monetary policy is shifting more towards like a supportive policy. Rate cuts are going to come. The crypto market is going to cool down. Money needs to flow somewhere, guys. So in my opinion, the ones chopping it or like scooping it up down here essentially, and especially below the level of like 5 Canadian dollars or like 3, 4, $5 US, this stock is gonna do very, very well in the near future. Aurora Cannabis, the same thing. I do think that we are within this accumulation zone, and I don't think that we will go lower. I do think for Aurora the bottom is basically in. So maybe this is your first 1-2 setup here. If you pull out those fibs, you can see that you have your 786 Fibonacci level coming in for Aurora. This time on the Nasdaq here at $3.70. If $3.70 gets hit, guys, I'm going to open a buy position here on Aurora Cannabis, because I do think that this is a very, very nice structure. Then you had your beautiful 5 waves up. If we go to the hourly, you can see that we actually moved up for Aurora quite impulsively out of the lows here. Let me go to the 4 hour. This is a bit easier, guys. So you essentially had your good and easy trackable 5 waves up. This was your 1-2, or you could call this your 1-2. Then you have your 3 finished, and you have a 5th wave up. So basically now you are in that last C wave down, which always consists of 5 waves. So that was your A B basically, and now you would need to find 5 correct waves, let's say, and I do think that we are within this 5th wave down to actually mark the bottom here for Aurora Cannabis as well. Afterwards, and here we can calculate things a bit easier already, we are looking at immediate prices of, let's say we bought them here, the 2.618 for Aurora around $80, which actually might make Aurora even the better play than Canopy here at this point, because the lows just held and it looks healthier to reach prices of like $80-ish before maybe then coming down in the first place and then leaving the bottom here for good, maybe towards the end of the year. And that's basically what I'm expecting. So Aurora, wait for it to come a little bit lower, buy that bottom, and you will get your reversal, very, very likely to me. Next one, Cronos. Cronos, the same thing. The lows are still holding. Wait for your 786 to basically get hit. Nothing has changed. Market looks solid. It's only Canopy that is moving a little bit dramatic, let's say. But this is also possible that Canopy is going to be then the one to spike the most, because usually the money flows into the ones that are the biggest within one sector, and Canopy definitely is. It's only gonna be like a moment of patience needed to actually get also Canopy growth to a setup that is tradable, let's say. But so far Kronos looks good. I would expect the bottom to be in, or the bottom to come in around sorry guys, $1.77. Let's look at Curaleaf. Curaleaf, a Canadian company as well, has actually moved quite nicely here out of the bottom. You see we have, and I called that already, we have heavy bullish divergence here on the 4-hour chart, and you can see what has happened so far. The market is attempting this breakout of this ending final bottom, ending diagonal. So to me this is the most likely scenario here to happen. You get like a push out, come back to this trend line around $2, and once you see that happening for Curaleaf here, I do think it's a nice buy definitely here. Curaleaf, maybe Curaleaf is also a better option than Canopy. Maybe at this point guys it is just worth it to diversify. Don't go all in at one of those, just create your cannabis portfolio based on all of those stocks, because as you guys can see, you just have the easier tradable structure here with the RSI curling up, the market going down, leading to that reversal here for Curaleaf. Price action wise, we will have to see. The stock is pretty fresh and we will need to see where this goes. But if we would create the first 1-2 setup like this, I will definitely keep you updated and tell you about the further way. But this is multiple 100% in gains as well for the stock Curaleaf. Let's look at Tilray, guys. Tilray, very, very special stock, has corrected so low from those original highs of like $300-400. We are looking at prices now of like $1, $1.20, which is insane, and this is Nasdaq prices. So in Canadian it's even lower, but in Nasdaq prices, guys, what are we seeing? Essentially we have quite a strong RSI here forming. Here you had your divergence. Bottom came in with this bullish divergence, and now the RSI is way higher than the price basically is at the same level. So I do think this is final bottom for Tilray. If you pull the retracement here, you can basically do it like this, and you would see that you probably bounced at the 876. Let me blend out everything else. And guys, that's your bottom to me for Tilray here. I'm taking a buy position here on Tilray. I do think that this has corrected more than enough. You're gonna have your 1-2 setup again. If you need to ask me, you form something like ending diagonal here, and you will pull back maybe again in summer, and then from here you will spike out in towards the end of the year. So this is my game plan for Tilray. If you want, buy those bottoms here, but you can also wait for things to pull back after a first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 A, B, C, and then you have your buy zone. So overall, guys, I do think that also Canopy is gonna have a strong reversal in the near future. It just needs to build the setups. The other ones look cleaner to trade, cleaner to invest. Aurora, Curaleaf, Tilray, Cronos. It's up to you what you buy. My recommendation is always buy where people are the most fuddy and scared about. And yeah, I think you're gonna make good money in this sector if you have a bit of patience and you keep the trust up. But I will keep you updated. So hit that subscribe button. Justin Crypto, Mo Justin Crypto out. I wish you a lovely Sunday and a happy and successful new week. Ciao, ciao, bye. Bye, guys. Bye, guys. Ciao, ciao.